This is the Jockey Club show.
It is.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports Room. Uh, Monday night, March 20th, 2023. That's a good one, John. That was a good one. Dustin.
He's on Central Time. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had to. We was watching some Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we turned it on our we get a West Coast feed. We missed the first part of Raw. We really wanted to see it, and so we stayed and watched the very first part of it before we come on the air.
Oh man.
Tell you what, man, the first part of Raw and the ending of Raw was fantastic. Got me even
Yes, it
more
was.
got me even more excited for WrestleMania, and I didn't think that was possible.
Oh yeah. I think WrestleMania is going to be real good, but that promo between well, even when we just watched at the beginning with the Usos and KO and Sami Zayn, that was real good.
And especially if they have Sammy and him end up winning the titles, I'm almost more convinced now that they should close night one. The way the crowd was going crazy for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. You've seen the Rhea Ripley segment. A lot of people complaining saying that was horrible tonight. Did you think it was? I mean, I think it was a 10. No,
I didn't think it was terrible,
but I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was a little slow. I thought it was a little long. I thought it could have been cut down some, but I like Ripley. I think she's confident. I think she looks great. I thought the segment was a little long, but people was acting like it was horrible. I didn't agree with that. And I tell you what, that Bianca Belair is stronger than hell.
Yeah. Yeah, that surprised me that she done that move like that.
I mean, they got to use the ropes to help her get her up, but she walked away from the ropes to the middle of the ring, stood there, and to be able to do that move, unbelievable.
Yeah, that and then the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns was awesome as well.
Yeah. Roman Reigns is a 10 out of 10 on the mic. He really is, and Cody is staying right with him. So Paul Heyman's expressions, Solo looking confused. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then I liked how Cody said Jay's going to after I beat you at WrestleMania, Jay's going to leave you.
Yep.
Then Jimmy's going to leave you, and then Solo.
Yeah. Paul's going to go back to being an advocate.
Yeah.
And then Paul comes right up. No.
My tribal chief.
Yes. Yeah.
He kills me with that.
Right on cue.
But like you said, then they kind of showed a little bit of like Solo kind of looking at Roman like.
Yeah, and then when
Solo was trying to do something, Roman told him no.
When Cody was telling him he's not ready, he's looking confused. He was talking to him. It was interesting. It was good.
And then, like you said, the stuff Roman was saying about Cody, I mean,
spot on.
They went right into each other.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Dustin, that was a great comeback by Japan. I was rooting for Mexico, but that should be a heck of a game between USA and Japan. I'm wondering, do you think USA is going to have enough pitching for Japan?
That's what worries me. I hope USA can pull it off, but I'm worried about the pitching situation because like they're gonna have they'll have Ohtani on the mound. We don't have our top pitchers, so it's gonna be
Damian. I don't understand. Mainly getting treated like crap in WWE since she returned. Well, she's a chicken shit heel.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of wins until you get the payoff.
I still think they're going to turn her. I think they're going to turn her back to good. I think the damage control is going to turn on her, and she's going to go back to good. Is what I think is going to happen eventually. That's what I think, but we'll see.
And then kind of hinted toward the damage control having or kind of separating with the like her accepting challenges and stuff, and the other two looking at her like she's crazy.
I mean, when you're a wrestler, your job is either to win or to lose. Yeah. And right now, her job is to lose. It goes that way sometimes. She's had a lot of winning done in her career, but I'm sure.
And at this point of her career, her job too is to help get some of the
and she's working with two newer people, that hadn't been in the WWE. So that's kind of her job.
He says Shohei versus Merrill Kelly advantage Japan. Yep. Lineup and manager advantage Japan. Bullpen advantage USA.
I think USA's got to get out on a lead early and see if they can hold on.
Mexico tried that tonight.
Well, yeah, it didn't work out. They was in trouble several times. You can't live that dangerously. I mean, they had the bases loaded at least twice, I know for sure, and they didn't score. But of course, it came crashing down in the last inning. They didn't, if I remember right, they didn't get an out in the last inning. So
they might. There's been talks that they're probably going to get rid of them.
John, let me ask you something. What do you think the coach should do at the quarterback position?
If they do that, that's all right. But they got to get somebody to replace somebody on that side, because when he was out last year, when they wasn't playing him there for a while, remember he was healthy and they wasn't playing him, and they started playing him and he played decent. But, he does have a lot of money. It would free up some money.
I've been doing some reading on that one guy that we got. A lot of people think he's a really good pick.
Guy from San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good pickup.
They think he's a better pickup than the guy we lost.
Yeah, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. It's a weird kind of a...
Yeah. But a lot of people...
he's good. I thought that was a good pickup.
He's a lot better on the run. A pretty good pass rusher, and especially not only getting sacks, but making contact.
Yeah, I thought that was a good pickup when I saw that. Like I said, I can't remember the exact name, but it was...
Everything I see has got the Colts taking the guy from Florida.
I don't know. I kind of think they're going to. I think they're going
to move back and take Hooker.
That's what I think. John says Sam Ellinger should be starter with Minshew back up.
Like I just said.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do, is draft like a Hooker or somebody like that early in the second round.
Yep. We might even do it late first, just to make sure, if they can get, move back and get some picks or something.
That's what me and you've been talking about. That's what, when they got Minshew up. But I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of talk heating up about the Colts going to make an offer to Lamar Jackson.
Yep, I've been reading some of that too. Whether it's
so
possible, I don't know.
But to me, that don't make a whole lot of sense. Why bring in Minshew if you're? I guess unless you're going to just figure Minshew is your backup. But to me, bringing in Minshew kind of said that we're going to.
Well, it's an insurance policy, period. But I mean, you only paid $3 million for it.
Yeah.
I mean, only, but
And if you do get Lamar, it's something you got to worry about. It's injuries, but I think Minshew's probably going to be the starter this year, is what I think. And then I think they're going to draft somebody, but I don't think they're going to draft anybody in the top. I don't think they're going to take the fourth pick with the quarterback. I really don't.
I don't disagree about the Ellinger thing, but if they was going to do Ellinger, they should have done it last year and seen what they had. They had plenty of opportunity to play Ellinger last year, and I don't know why they didn't. They had to be not sold on him. I mean, that's how I don't know how unless he just everything you heard about, they thought he looked great in practice and everything, but then they never played.
He was hurt there for a little bit,
but he was healthy enough, I know, at times to play, and they didn't play.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried about with Richardson is his accuracy. He only completed like 53% of his passes. That's why I say I'd get O-line, and then draft somebody in the second.
I've seen somebody's mock draft that they had him getting the Colts getting their last pick in the draft, getting the quarterback. It's old. Is he from?
Bennett.
In the I think 6th or 7th round, whatever it was. You think he'd still be around then?
He might be. I think he kind of gets a little bit disrespected for a guy that's won back-to-back national championships. But yeah, he is a little. Freaking IU lost in the women's tournament.
Yeah,
to Miami.
We've been stinking it up.
Miami's been Hoosier killers the last couple of nights. Yeah, I think they like Levis, but I just don't think take Levis at 4.
I don't think we're getting young.
No, I don't think we're going to get Young.
Or Shroud. I don't think we're going to be there.
No. Yeah, because I think the Panthers are going to take. I think Panthers are going to take Stroud, and then I think the Texans take Houston, or the Texans take Houston. The Texans take.
You see the Panthers?
Young.
Panthers got a wide receiver from Minnesota.
Yep. And they also signed somebody else. And then Richardson is a mistake. He's a bigger version of Lamar. I think Dugan or Levis will be there also. That Dugan, I don't know.
I think Richardson's.
I just don't know how Dugan's going to be at the next level. I'm not saying
sure.
he's not
Going to be, but
do
you think he's looking at college careers? You think his college career is a lot better than what Ellinger's was?
No, not a lot better.
So I mean, I don't know.
Japan, like Dustin said, Japan with the walk-off comes back, beats Mexico. So we got Japan and USA tomorrow. Yep. Randall scores 50 points, but the Knicks still lose. My NBA picks tonight done terrible.
I was 0-3.
I was 5-2 on Friday on my picks, college and NBA combined. Today so far, I'm 0-3 on my NBA picks with 1 game left.
I'm 2-3 right now. I still got 1 hockey game left. I'm losing, but they're getting ready to go to the 3rd period, so we'll see.
Oh no, I'm not saying that Richardson's better than Dugan. I'm just at all. I know Dugan had less weapons. Dustin said Dugan to be. Oh, he was definitely a beast. I like to see. I don't know. We've seen some guys look like beasts in college and not transferred to NFL. I'm not saying he's not going to. That's just one thing that worries me a little bit. It must worry some people a little bit, or he'd be getting talked about going higher than just a 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah. I think I think Richardson's is a. I know he did.
Project.
Yeah, I think he's a project. That's what I believe.
A project.
I think, but now everybody's off the charts. He was off the charts at the what do they call that? The training, not training camp, but whatever it's called.
Yeah, I went with Mexico. Hey, it was looking good there for a little while. I just for one, it is Mexico, but I just was hoping to get a rematch, Mexico and USA.
I didn't say anything, but I was rooting for Mexico. Of course, I'm Mexican. I was rooting for Mexico.
I was rooting for Mexico, but hey, now just hopefully the United States can slow Japan down. It's gonna be
rough.
Interesting. Yeah. So and then didn't you say the Jazz was beating the Kings?
Yeah, I'm sure they won.
If the Jazz won, I went 0 for 4. That's first time. That's first time. I think the first time this year I've went 0 for on my picks. At least usually get a couple. I did not have a good night in the NBA at all.
Yeah, Kings lost by 8.
The Texans made some moves. They added tight end Schultz.
Oh, they got Schultz. Oh, how much is Jay?
And they added Singletary.
Yeah, Jay may cut his throat losing Schultz.
I might be why he messaged me and said we're going to be all tonight.
He's depressed.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's too big. That's too big ads for the Texans. They got a lot of draft picks too, so it's going to be interesting. I'm not saying they're going to be real good this year, but they're going to be. I think they're going to be good. You give them a couple years, I think D'Amico Ryan is going to have a chance to turn that around.
And I'm glad Ryans is getting something. And don't get me wrong, but it was bullshit the way Levy got treated. I mean, honestly.
Well, even the coach before that,
he didn't do anything. give him something to work with, and I hope Ryan's does well. Don't get me wrong, but let's see.
Let's see. Well, Max Keller. I don't think that's why he's not getting
a good guy. I think one problem
he's not getting an offer because he's wanting too much. He's wanting it all guaranteed, and none of the teams are wanting to do that. And just because the Browns was stupid enough to give Watson
don't mean other
that much money get fully guaranteed with all the troubles he's having. The rest of the league saying just because they done it, they made a mistake. We're not doing it. Is basically, I think he'll end up getting going somewhere. But and this is the reason I think Baltimore done the non-exclusive tag was let's show Lamar, go see what people are offering. You're going to find out the market for you isn't what you think it is. I think a team's going to end up paying him good money because let's just face it, there's not enough quarterbacks in the league. So he's had a good career so far when he's healthy.
And I think another mistake, Chris, not having an agent.
Oh yeah, I think not having an agent has hurt him a lot. And we were talking that some earlier because for one, I mean, for one, the negotiating stuff because then the agent hears a lot of the stuff instead of the player. And the other thing is, if it was so easy not to have all these players have agents for a reason. You know what I mean? If a job wasn't important or what all these players wouldn't be paying agents. They'd be doing it themselves.
Yep. The only thing with Tennessee had the money.
Yeah, I'm not sure. John Lions got Gardner Johnson from the Eagles. Yeah. I like what the Lions are doing as well. But they get that defense tightened up there because their offense was looking good last year. Their defense really hurt them. So I agree, John. I think the Lions. I like what they're doing. I think they're getting better. I think the only team be interested for Lamar is Trey Tannehill.
They're talking about trading Henry.
Yeah, if they trade Tannehill before June 1st, they save $27 million. Yeah, they're talking about getting rid of Henry. I know that, and the way that, and you can't. I mean, you have to take what you hear from some of these GMs as a grain of salt. But I know that GM from Tennessee has been really backing Tannehill. That's who they're going with. I'm not saying that that couldn't happen because hey, things change all the time. I mean, you still have the Jets and still have the Jets and Packers trying to figure out a trade for Aaron Rodgers. Packers trying to get first round picks, and Jets are trying not to give up first round pick. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I don't think Rodgers is going to go back and play there. I really don't.
I don't either. I think he'll retire first, and then Green Bay gets nothing other than the satisfaction that he's not playing. I guess.
We'll see what Jordan Love looks like. I guess. Schultz got a deal worth up to $9 million, according to reports, and Singletary's deal is worth $3.75 million. Both of them are 1-year deals. Kind of surprised Schultz only got a 1-year deal, being 26 years old.
A lot of people taking 1-year deals. I mean, was you a little surprised that guy from Philly left and just took a 1-year deal with Detroit?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he only got a 1-year deal as well. Jordan Akins has agreed to a contract with the Browns and free agency. O.J. Howard signed with the Raiders on Monday. Added Singletary. Yeah, I like what they've been doing. Yeah, I guarantee you, Jay was mad about that because he's been calling for him to re-sign Schultz.
You think Buffalo tries to get Henry now?
I don't know. They might, but my thing is, even if you get a guy like that, are you going to use him right? I mean, because a lot of people act like Singletary ain't very good, but the dude was averaging like 5 yards a carry. You gotta give him the ball.
Yep. They struggled down there at the goal line though.
Patriots signed Harris, or Bills gave Patriots ex running back Harris a 1-year deal.
Who did?
The Bills.
Did they? What do you think Zeke ends up?
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Wherever he goes, he's not going to get he's not going to get like a real big contract.
No, and I think he's going. I think he's better as a 1-2 punch. I don't think he can be the main guy anymore. Do you think he can?
Oh, be the number one guy? No.
I don't. Zeke going to Miami. I think Zeke could still be good around the goal line. I think he could put the ball in the end zone.
Dustin says Buffalo's ready to roll James Cook and Naeem Hines. And they just brought in Harris to help. So, yeah, so they might not. Zeke, I can see Zeke maybe going to Miami. Yeah, I think that'd be a good fit. I agree with John. I think the Patriots would be a good fit for Zeke as well. Guess Magic Johnson joined a group that's bidding on buying the Commanders. That's going to be that's going to be interesting. Who ends up with that? Sweet 16. We got the Sweet 16 coming up. Got a lot of good games going to be there. College March Madness. March Madness has been crazy so far. You had Purdue #1 seed go down. Arizona go down as a 2 seed. Tennessee looked impressive against Duke. Zeke to Carolina. Let's see. Sweet 16. March Madness don't start back up till hold on. See, doesn't know. I like Zeke to Carolina. Elon Musk Commanders should change the name to Washington Prime. I see Zeke going to. I don't think he's going to the XFL. He'll sign a 1-year deal or something with somebody in the NFL, like maybe Carolina or the Dolphins or something like that. Because even if he goes to XFL, he's never going. I don't see him ever getting another big deal in the NFL. For one, running backs are devalued in the NFL now, and he's getting older, and he hasn't performed well since he got paid. So I don't see him going to the XFL. Bezos and yeah. But let me get back to what I was thinking here. I'm ready for NFL to start. We still ain't even got to the draft yet. But seeing all the moves that are being made, it's going to be interesting what some of these teams look like. I'm ready for the season to start. But no, March Madness so far been crazy. You had the #1 seed Purdue get beat on Friday Friday, and you had or was it no? It was Saturday. It's Friday. Yeah, it was Friday.
Yep.
And then #2 Arizona's went down.
We've lost 2 #1 seeds. Kansas got beat this
Kansas
weekend.
got beat. I mean, it's been a crazy tournament going into the Sweet 16. I know the team I had winning got put out. But out of the 16 teams that are left, I really like Alabama. I know that's easy. I know that's kind of easy to say because they're the #1 overall seed, but they They look good over the weekend. Their length and size, and then they got a lot of playmakers and can really shoot the ball. Um, I know Miller. I know Miller has a lot of controversy surrounding him, but hey, that dude looked tougher than hell the other night. See why he's going to be a projected to be a lottery pick. I'm really looking forward to the Gonzaga UCLA game. I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be a real good game. Uh, I think Miami, Florida is going might beat Houston. A Miami team uh, really impressed me last night. Yeah, yeah. And John, I think Princeton might win this game. I think Princeton might beat Creighton 15-6 matchup. Uh, don't sleep on UCLA. No, UCLA is a good team. That's one of the games I'm looking forward to the most in the Sweet 16 is Gonzaga and UCLA. I think that's going to be a fun game. Uh, I think Princeton has a good shot with Creighton. You got Xavier in Texas. I think that Arkansas and UConn game is going to be good. I'll tell you what, that center for UConn, Sadogo or however you pronounce his name, that dude was impressive yesterday. He was dominating on both ends of the floor during that game. And I think the Kansas State Michigan State game is going to be pretty good. So
Yeah, Michigan State looked really good the other night. Whether they can keep that up, teams get hot.
All the teams left. Who you think's going to win it all?
I'd have to see a bracket. The one team really looked good defensively the other night. I was really impressed with them. Xavier looked pretty good the other night.
Yeah, Xavier looked pretty good. I think Xavier in Texas is going to be good.
I was impressed with Tennessee's defense.
Yeah,
against Duke, I was really impressed with their defense. And whether Tennessee can score enough points, that could be an issue.
John said, "Don't sleep on UCLA." Doesn't said of the 40 of the four teams from a year ago, Houston's the only one left. They have experience and will win it all.
Houston was kind of my pick coming in. We'll see. They do have a good team, but they have Miami coming up, don't they? Miami looked really good the other night. That could be a tough game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Could be if Miami plays like he did against IU, it could be a really tough game for Houston. But like you said, I think sometimes these teams would rather not have this week off. All this time off because you're hot. They would like to probably play in a couple of days, but that's the way it is.
John, I thought I like Patino to St. John's. I thought that was a good move for both sides.
Heard St. John's ex-coach is suing.
Oh, is he? I hadn't seen that.
That's what I read.
For what?
I didn't see all the reason. I heard he was suing though.
And so I see Georgetown got the guy from Providence. Yeah, I think that was pretty. That's what I am too, John. Waiting to see who Notre Dame's going to get. And I agree. I think Texas should give the guys that's their interim coach right now that took over. I think they should give him the job. I think he's done a great job to walk into the circumstance that he took over, and the team is in the still playing good in the Sweet 16. I don't know why you would not bring them back, but they were. I mean, there was rumors that they were going to be in there for Patino, and they wasn't. So maybe they are going to bring him back.
What do you think about Gonzaga?
I think that's going to be a real good game with Gonzaga and UCLA. That's actually the game I'm looking forward to probably most out of the Sweet 16 games. I really like that matchup.
I like the Miami-Houston one.
John says Kentucky's hating that Calipari deal he got in 2019. Can't fire him because of $8.3 million a year till 2029. He hasn't done nothing, only one championship. Yeah, and I think with all these, with the transfer portal and everything, these teams that were
Yeah.
mostly relying on just the one and dones, I think it makes it a little harder for them because you don't
Mhm.
have that chemistry, and then now other teams are adding pieces as well. Uh, but yeah, Calipari definitely hasn't done what they were hoping he would do when they when they gave him that big contract. Uh, they were definitely hoping to more than just one national championship and
Right.
at least be in some national championships. And well, they got put out second round this year.
That porthole is hurting some of the smaller schools. Like, well, for example, Ball State gets a couple good players that play really well. Well, then these big schools come calling,
Yep.
and they're going to leave. And it's good for the athletes. I mean,
Yeah, it's good for the players because I understand you're going to get more exposure to go play other places, but it does. I mean, for a team like Ball State it's finally getting back to where good again, and
it's going to be hard.
You're going to lose two. You're going to lose two of your best players.
Yep. It's going to be hard to build anything.
And they were local guys too. The guys that played high school ball around here as well. When one played in Winchester, the other played in Newcastle. So I mean, they were local guys as well.
Yeah. Got to give Farley Dickinson some credit, man. They only won 5 games last year, and didn't even win the tournament this year. The other team, that beat them, couldn't go. And to the way they performed, they even play, I mean, even though they got beat yesterday, they played really well.
Yeah, it was a close game for most of the game. There was some good games all weekend. Yeah, I hate it that I hate it that they don't play again until Thursday because I was enjoying having having all the games to watch.
Yeah,
between the March Madness and XFL, and then the UFC, college wrestling. College wrestling nationals was crazy.
Yep.
All kinds of upsets. You had a wrestler in Spencer Lee who was going for his 4th national title. Get upset in the semifinals on Friday night, and that was a big surprise. I mean, most people kind of assumed that he was going to be a 4-time national champion, get his 4th national championship. But he,
what do you think about all the heat him and his mom's taking?
I don't like it. I don't think there's enough information.
She got upset. She was on. It sucks that she's on camera.
Yeah, she reacted to her. She just reacted to watching her son not achieve his dream. I mean, I can understand being upset.
She didn't break somebody else's glasses. Yeah. She didn't bother anybody else. She broke her own glass. She threw a fit. Yeah, she threw a fit. She was upset.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching your kid that knowing all the work he's put in, and something that people forget. The dude won a national championship last year with two torn ACLs. Yep. I mean, he went and then was maybe he wasn't injured. I don't know if he was injured or not. I don't know that, and without knowing that, I'm not going to judge the guy on not finishing the tournament. But for people to attack his mom the way they have about being upset, now if she attacked somebody else
that's a different story.
Okay, but she didn't attack nobody. She
broke her own glasses. Yeah, she got to pay for them.
And not only are these athletes put a lot of work in, but parents put a lot of time and stuff in it, helping these athletes get to the level that they get to. So being upset, a lot of
money too.
And being upset, there ain't nothing wrong with being upset. If he wasn't upset and she wasn't upset, that'd worry me more than being upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he just walked off the mat and it ain't no big deal. I'm gonna go eat me some nachos.
Well, I didn't see. I didn't see.
And he didn't.
It was that bad.
I didn't see him do anything bad other than he didn't weigh in the next day and didn't finish the tournament. He defaulted the rest of the tournament instead of coming back wrestling for 3rd and 4th. Do I agree with that? If he was healthy, no, I don't agree with that. You should finish the tournament. I don't know if he was healthy or not because they said it was they said medically, medical default. If he was injured. And because I know he had just recovered from having 2 torn ACLs. So if he was injured, I understand not wrestling because his career is not over. Yes, he's done wrestling in college. He's going to wrestle. He's going to try to wrestle in the world team and Olympic team.
Olympics, yeah.
So if he was injured and there's a chance you could injure yourself worse, I can understand not wrestling.
And
once you're out of trying to.
I know people say, well, he was medically cleared. He might have been being medically cleared. To wrestle don't mean you're healthy.
Yeah.
People need to understand that.
You know, I mean,
I would like to see him finish, but he didn't. So I mean, it is what it is.
but I'm not going to
that's his business. I'm not going to bury him.
No, I'm not burying. Especially with not having all the information.
Definitely.
That's what bothered me about the way some of the people are attacking him. It's like you don't know all the information. He I mean, he could be hurt bad. I mean, I know the way he talks sometimes made it look bad because like last year when he won with that, they asked him about it and he said that he wasn't a wussy and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Now people are trying to pile on him because
people are gonna remember that.
So I mean, hell, he was trying to do something that's only been done by 5 wrestlers in the history of the sport.
Yeah,
only 4 until this weekend. We had 1. Oh yeah. Dude, he's one. He's Spencer Lee's one of the. You're right, John. See, he's one of the last 3. He's legit. Can't win them all. No, dude's one of the. He's one of the best in the history of the sport. He's like I said. There was only 4 guys that ever won 4 national championships in wrestling going into this weekend, and then Yanni Diamokiolius, whatever, I can't ever pronounce his name. Yeah. He got his 4th.
Yep.
So now there's 5. So he was trying to become maybe the 5th or 6th to ever do it.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, everybody saying the Purdue guy that did it, he ended up getting second. He got beat in the finals, whatever. But everybody said, "Oh, he was just lucky. He wrestled a good match. He took the people because he pinned him with 1 second left, but he was ahead 11-7.
Yeah, he'd been ahead.
It was a tie match, and he put the dude on his back. It was a real close contested match. He didn't get lucky.
He out-wrestled him that match.
Yeah, out-wrestled him that match. No, they could wrestle another 10 times. He might not out-wrestle him again. But the bottom line is that day, that night, he out-wrestled him, and he won. He won.
Ramos jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and then Lee came back. Lee took a 2-point lead, and then he got put on his back. The 2 takedown tied the match, and he was going to get 4 near fall. And if you don't watch wrestling, they don't reward those points until after the guy gets out of danger position off his back, or the time runs out in the period. The referee will just be holding the points on the mat. And then the referee called. Only thing I didn't like was the way the pin got called because they never moved position. They were in that same position for like the last 20 seconds of the match, and then with 1 second left, you all of a sudden you call the pin. Nothing changed. So if it was a pin, why didn't you call it before that?
Yeah, 20 seconds.
That's the only thing I don't
like. But it didn't make a difference.
But no, it didn't make a difference. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I don't like. It's like something should have to change for you to call the pin. You're right, Ricky. Kentucky got what they wanted. Kentucky got what they. Yeah. You guys seriously need to live stream the Cheesehead next year. I'm gonna check into that. I know this year we had something already scheduled on the same day of that tournament.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, dude, I love doing high school wrestling, college, any kind of wrestling. Rumors he felt like he tore, and he might have.
And he could have.
And like I said, that's one thing I think people are forgetting. His career's not over. He's done wrestling in college, but this dude, and here's what's scary. He's better in freestyle wrestling, which is the Olympic style wrestling, than he really is in folk style,
which is college,
which is college rules.
Yes.
And look how good he was in college, and if you watch him, he's actually better in freestyle.
Yep, he is.
It won't surprise me if the dude don't win an Olympic championship. He's a hell of a wrestler, especially if he can get healthy. That's going to be his thing. He's battled some injuries. Like I said, he won a national championship with 2 torn ACLs.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how you do it either, but I watched him do it. But it's just, it's crazy. And I do think he'll wrestle on the world team. He'll be a world champ. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a world champion and an Olympic champion. We had a guy from Indiana win a national title. We got to make sure we talk about that.
Yep, Mason Paris.
Yeah, wrestles for the University of Michigan. Mason Paris he was a 4-time. Yeah, no, or was he a 4-timer or 3-timer? He was a 3-timer. When he didn't get beat his freshman year by somebody barely.
I think so.
Yeah,
3 times.
He almost pulled off the upset.
Yeah,
3 as times. A freshman. So yeah, and see, he has a year and a half to get healthy. Oh yeah, he's going to be good. And Mason Paris, I think you'll see him wrestle at the Worlds and maybe even on an Olympic team someday. Uh, he finally got his national title after getting beat twice by Gable Stevenson.
Yeah.
Gable kept him from getting his national title, and then
You think Gable goes for another gold though?
I don't know. I think he might, since the WWE thing isn't working out.
I heard he's
so
about
far.
ready. I heard he's about ready to start again. So I don't know what's going on with that.
And then we have another guy from Indiana, Silas, who had a hell of a showing there at the Nationals. Was barely got beat by a guy that ended up being the national championship or national champion in that weight class. And then Indiana University, IU had a pretty good showing.
Yeah.
Rooks was one match away from being All American. That's the first time they've had a guy in that round for about 4 or 5 years. So I mean, they're showing progress. If you're all in all, that whole weekend of wrestling was awesome.
It was.
I mean,
excuse me.
hell, it kicked off on the Thursday in the first weight class. In the first round, first weight class, there was like 4 upsets when it kicked off. You had the number 28 seed win. That weight class was crazy. I wrote it down. Yeah. 125 pounds, first weight class. You had the 28 seed beat the 5 seed, the 21 seed beat the 12 seed, the 20 seed beat the 13 seed, and a 27 seed beat the 6 seed. And that's in your first few matches of the tournament.
Yep.
And then you had a 21 seed beat a 12 seed at 133. So I mean, there was a lot of guys that stepped up over the weekend. UFC was awesome. I thought that was a good card.
Yeah.
The Justin Gaethje and Fiziev fight was awesome in the co-main event.
It was pretty crazy.
They went at it, and then in the main event, Edwards ended up beating Usman again to retain his title in a close fight. I thought Edwards won, but I wouldn't argue too much if they'd have called it a draw, because Edwards did lose a point in the third round for grabbing the fence to not get taken down. But Edwards was landing the cleaner shots on their feet. Done a lot better job this time avoid takedown defense.
Yeah, but I got himself in trouble though. Grab the gloves, grab the fence.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I got himself in trouble.
But
losing points.
Yeah, losing that point in the third round almost made it a draw. Because I told you as soon as the fight ended, I said I think Edwards won, but that point scares me that it might be a draw. And 2 judges had it for Edwards, and the other judge had it a draw.
What do you think about this weekend? UFC Vera against Sandhagen.
Which one? Oh, Marlon Vera. That's going to be a good one.
And also Holly Holm.
Yep. Against that Knutziana. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good one. What time does that start?
And that's on ESPN. That's 7 p.m.
7. I won't get to watch it.
No, we'll be
at the DCCW 5-year anniversary show. Well, before we get out of here for tonight, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, go USA.
Yeah, hopefully USA can win the World Baseball Classic. That's tomorrow. Is that tomorrow?
I believe so.
Hopefully they can win that. Sweet 16 starts back up on Thursday, and then we're just a week away from opening day of Major League Baseball.
It's the 31st, isn't it?
30th.
30th. Going to Thursday the 30th. Okay.
So that'll be fun, and then also you have John. I think he's the way they kind of was hyping it up a little bit after the fight yesterday. It might be Covington, or not yesterday, but on Saturday night, because when Edwards won, they kept putting the camera over on Covington, and they even mentioned Cormier even mentioned Covington to Edwards. So I'm leaning toward that's probably going to be Covington.
What do you think happens to the guy?
I think Masvidal's actually getting ready to fight. Now, if Masvidal wins that fight, that might change anything. But I can't remember who I just saw they advertised Masvidal.
What do you think happens to the guy that lost that fight? Is he done, or
he said he wasn't done. So he might try to make one more push to try to get his title back. Yeah, Gilbert. Yep, that's who it is. I can't remember who it was, but yep, Gilbert Burns and Masvidal. They have so many of them anymore. It's hard to remember all the damn who's fighting who. Because they have seems like they have one almost every weekend anymore. Not a pay per view, but a fight night or something.
Did you ever hear when that bare knuckle got canceled?
No, I didn't. I know I haven't heard why bare knuckle canceled on Friday night.
I need to look that up and see if I can find out what happened.
I need to find out because I like watching bare knuckle as well. That's fun.
And didn't it say it was a sold out show and it got canceled?
I think it. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what happened with that. Excuse me. Don't forget tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we will have pro wrestler Sage Phillips. Will be joining us. Should be a great conversation. Young guy that's one of the best technical wrestlers around.
Got an interesting story too, so yeah, I think people will be a little surprised by some of his story.
Yeah, it's going to be should be a real interesting interview. And then on Thursday we have pro wrestler Jake Elliott. He said they rescheduled it for the 21st, for April 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it got canceled, but yeah, I figured. And then we got Jake Elliott on Thursday. Then Friday night, we're going to be airing live the Indiana Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. I think there's like 6 or 7 different inductees that are getting in there. Tommy Gage is one of them. The High Rollers, Cash, Dr. Love, Shadow, the Golden Gorilla.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, we'll be at DCCW 5-year anniversary show. Not sure if we'll be able to air that live yet or not. Hopefully, I'll know by tomorrow. Checking on internet availability. If we can't air it live on Saturday, we'll probably air it Monday. But we will let everybody know on that. And then on Sunday, we'll be at Warrior Pro Wrestling. That'll be live on our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Bell time's at 3:00. Doors open at 2 if you're in the area and want to come watch it live or watch it in person, I should say. We'll be airing it live on Sunday. So, okay. He said it was canceled because of spring break. People were getting out of hand. Okay. Better be safe than sorry. Yeah. And then, so we got a busy week ahead. A lot of, like I said, Sunday, some live pro wrestling, maybe some live pro wrestling Saturday. If not, we will air that on Monday. Hall of Fame on Friday night. And then we're not doing no wrestling shows on the 1st or 2nd because that's WrestleMania. But then April 8th, Invasion 4, featuring WWE Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Also, Buff Bagwell will be there, and WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi.
Yep, and a lot of good, really good independent wrestlers, man. It's going to be a great show, great card. So definitely if you can go live at Jay County in Indiana, definitely worth going. If not,
it's also a fundraiser for the Jay County High School wrestling team. So I mean, all ticket sales, everything goes to the Jay County High School wrestling team. So it's for a great cause. We'll be there. We'll be live streaming it. So if you're not in the Indiana area, come join us live. We'll be live streaming. It was an awesome show last year.
Yep.
Last year they had the Pope, Elijah Burke was there, and Hollywood Haley J. Thunder Kitty was at Invasion last year. And then they also do another fundraiser for the Muncie Central wrestling team. And last year it was Carlito, Epico, and Primo.
Yep.
Not 100% sure who they're going to have at that yet this year. I know what the plan is, but it hasn't been confirmed 100% yet. So I'm not going to announce anything. But if they get who they're talking about again, it'll be a fun one as well. If that all works out. We'll be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern with Around the Bases, our baseball show. Myself and the stat guy Dustin Reese. I don't know who was in the chat group. I don't know if he still is. Yep. Oh yeah. I've been a Kurt Angle fan since his amateur wrestling days, Ricky. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to get to meet. It's gonna be cool to get to meet him.
Yeah, most
He's
definitely.
actually done. There's actually a video I've shared, and it's on the DCCW Indiana Facebook page. He done a little promo, kind of just promoting the show.
Yep.
But him, Buff, and Buff Bagwell both did.
Yep.
So it'll be a fun night. But we'll be like 9 a.m. in the morning for around the bases, 1 p.m. Eastern, ASAP afternoon blitz, and then 3 o'clock tomorrow. Easy Money, a sports betting show, and then at 6:30 the interview with pro wrestler Sage Phillips. So got a busy day again tomorrow. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays Network. We'd greatly appreciate it. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where I post all the information about our shows. Also follow the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network on all social media as well. And then also go check out the new ASAP Network mobile app. If you're an Android user, you can get it at the Google Play Store at ASAP Network. Also on Roku, you can get on at Amazon. If you have Fire Stick, go to where you search for your apps, ASAP Network, you can find it. And it's also available on LG Smart TVs. It'll be available hopefully here real soon on Apple products. But we appreciate everybody watching. We will see you guys Wednesday night at 11 for another episode of GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody has a great night, and we will see you guys next time.